Serious question, friends. Let's do things a little differently today. I wanted to talk to you about this because it's something that I struggle with going back and forth, and I wanted to talk things through with you. How much should the DJ alter the music? Now, I'm a performer at heart. Like, I play all the instruments. And then I became a DJ, and something about just not doing much up there, it starts running this like thought in my brain where it's like, am I doing enough? But I wanted to talk to you about this today because let's flip the perspective and not think like DJs, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about pleasing our clients and packing the dance floors and our crowds and our audiences. So if it's about us, we're thinking we're doing too little because we're always like, what can I do? Should I loop this? Should I add a build up here? Should I remix this on the fly? Like, is there something I could be doing here instead of just letting the track breathe? But if something isn't broke, then don't fix it. Like, there's a reason that statement stands out. And as a producer, then that goes into my head and I'm like, but they're really loving it right now. So this is like the two, like, angel and devil that's on my shoulders as I'm on the dance floor and up on stage. I'm like, on one side, it's like, am I doing enough to give them a unique experience? And on the other side, it's like, don't mess with the song. They love it. And you're doing a great job setting this vibe. The last thing that you want to do is something that they aren't expecting. So I'm not saying like surprises aren't great, but things that they're not expecting within songs that they love, right? So think about it this way. When you are, let's go away from a party. Let's not be on a dance floor. Let's be driving in our car, all right? So you're driving. It's a perfect day. It's like 72 degrees. It's breezy. Got the windows down and the AC on because fuck it. You're just balling out. Like, why not? It feels good. And you're having a great time. And your playlist is on, you've got Spotify running, whatever it is, and then boom, the next song comes on, and it just fits. It's one of your songs, the song that you love, it fits the soundtrack. We all know that feeling when the next song comes on, and you're just like, oh, yes, universe, thank you. Well, you've created that as the DJ for whomever out on the dance floor. That's, if you're doing a good job, what you've done for them. Every time you put a new song on, if you're doing it right, it's a song that they didn't expect, but man, they didn't even know they needed. And wow, they're now having a great time. So you're probably thinking, well, what you just said, don't give them something they didn't expect. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying now that you've given them that song that they didn't expect, now that you've given it to them, don't mess with it. Now don't do anything they didn't expect within it. Let's not mess with it, chop it up, start scratching on top of it. If you're talking about a dance floor situation, let it breathe. You gave it to them. It's like giving them a dish. It's like saying, hey, what's your, you know what? Are you hungry? You came to my restaurant? Awesome. Thanks for coming. No, there aren't any menus. Just sit down. What have you been doing today? Okay, let me get a feel for your day. Okay, so that's the kind of mood you're in? Okay, I'm going to whip you up something nice. And these people are like, well, I hope the chef is good. And then, like, he comes out and drops the food in front of them, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't even know I was in the mood for this. I didn't even know I liked this, but this is fucking amazing. And he's like, great, awesome. Now let me have it back real quick, and I'm going to start changing a few of the ingredients, and then you can have it sort of the way that it was, but they'd be like, no, give it to me. It's amazing. Yeah, give it back. That's exactly, I hope you followed that metaphor there, because it's like you've given them the dish that they didn't even expect, and now they're loving it on the dance floor. This is the song that they didn't think was coming, and here it is, and you dropped it on them. Let's not mess with it. Right? I really firmly believe that if we're taking our ego out of it and we really care more about our clients having fun on the dance floor, our dance floors being packed and everyone just having a good time rather than us like doing the things that are fun while we're in our basement practicing. If we really believe that, then I firmly believe that playing the right song at the right time in the right moment when people didn't even know they needed it is so much more beneficial than any kind of scratch, loop, build up that you could have created, mix, mash up, remix, anything that they didn't see coming, like within a song that you're just freestyling on the fly. Like, I just don't think that it matters nearly as much to them, because as much as you enjoy it, like a guitar soloist loves his solo, but dude, at the end of the day, like, we're not here for the solo. We're not dancing because of the solo. Like, get on with it. If you're going to do that stuff, it has to be viewed as a little sprinkle. The last metaphor, back into the kitchen, everything that your whole set, like, let me start here. Anything that you're doing freestyling on top of music that's already working is literally just salt, a little bit of pepper, just a tiny little bit of herbs. Just a little bit. But the whole stew that's sitting there cooking for 3 hours, which is your 3-hour set or whatever it is, that's you choosing the right music at the right time. That's you reading the crowd. Reading the crowd is the stew. Scratching, loops, doing stuff on top of it, that's mashup. That's all just a little bit of seasoning. You would never take the salt and just start dumping it in for 3 hours straight. Pepper, oregano, all the herbals. You wouldn't do that, right? You wouldn't do that. It's just barely, just a little bit as needed. As needed. I think if you can think like that, oh my God, it's just going to be so good for you. I hope that this means something to you, and I hope this sparks a conversation down in the comments. Am I crazy? What do you think? Like, I'm not trying to be selfish at all and telling you not to do what you think is fun. What I'm actually saying is be more selfless out there. Don't necessarily think I want to do what's fun for me, but really it's like if you've done your job, which is giving them the most amazing stew they've ever had, you've got a great dance floor. Don't screw it up by just slamming the salt in it all night. Let it be. Let it breathe. Let the track breathe. Let them sing along. Let them do what they think is coming next within the song. And it's just, you're giving them that vibe of cruising down the highway at 72 degrees with all their friends out on the dance floor. It's the best.